Another captain, India's Mohammed Azharuddin, was also about to fall.
And the answer is 6 more.
He was vulnerable to approaches because he had the information needed to make profitable bets. If bookmakers could get to the captain, they'd be betting on a certainty.
From what I heard from the bookies, there's even betting as to who would open bowling on one end and who would open the bowling on the other end. At what point would they declare? These are things which are, captain is the major chap who makes the decisions. And he is the most important person. So if he has 1 or 2 persons with him, he can really do a lot of damage to the match.
What India's cricketing fans did not know was that their national hero was in the pay of a bookmaker. The bookmaker was M.K. Gupta. He'd gone out of his way to befriend cricketers. M.K. Gupta lives in this house in a well-to-do suburb of Delhi. He was out when we called. He was once a bank clerk, but studied international cricket and started taking bets in the street from those who didn't know as much. From the early 90s, he'd been meeting cricketers in hotels and paying them for information or fixing matches. He travelled the world and with insider information made his fortune from cricket gambling. According to Indian police, bookmakers were corrupting Azharuddin. In the Taj Palace Hotel in Delhi, there was even a special locker where money for Azharuddin was deposited by bookmakers. His hotel bills had actually been paid by M.K. Gupta. M.K. Gupta had all the right connections. Not only was Azharuddin in his pay, so was Cronje. This is the game Gupta wanted him to fix. South Africa against India at Kanpur in 1996. Cronje now admits he met the bookmaker.
MK asked if we would give wickets away on the last day of that test to ensure that we lost. He asked me to speak to the other players and gave me approximately $30,000 in cash to do so. I led him to believe that I would. This seemed an easy way to make money, but I had no intention of doing anything.
In Bombay, a few days later, M.K. Gupta tried again. This time, it was at the end of the tour. The South Africans were tired, some were ill. Most thought they'd lose anyway, so were surprised when a meeting was called in their hotel by Cronje. The team was asked to consider a bribe.
I suppose the meeting came. Obviously, a bookie had approached Hansie. We didn't know about it, but it approached him at Kanpur in the previous game. But I only know that in hindsight. But the same bookie had approached him and said, if you lose the game, there's a sum of $250,000 on it for you, you see.
I think the general feeling was, gee, that sounds quite interesting. Maybe this is a way of making easy money. So we didn't certainly tell the guy to get lost, but I can remember saying that this is a thing that we can't get involved in as individuals. This must be, the whole team must be in, or we must at least discuss it, or we mustn't do it at all.
Were you surprised when you heard this offer that he'd been approached and had money to...
Absolutely, no. I think, yes, surprised is a very good word. I mean, I was amazed, quite frankly, because I just didn't believe it was happening.
Cronje then phoned the bookmaker and even got him to increase his offer.
But there were people who were seriously considering whether or not to accept what was clearly a bribe.
Yes, I would say, yeah, they were.
Although Dave Richardson and the rest of the team decided in the end not to accept the bribe, the King Commission was clearly sceptical of Cronje. He was asked to explain how it was that after his earlier actions, he'd turned down this money for jam.
1 or 2 players were keen to go along with this plan. Why didn't you take it, tell nobody about it, and get this money for jam? You yourself say how much you loved it.
I don't know why I didn't take it. There's no apparent reason in my mind why I didn't take it.
With hindsight, a foolish decision, would you not say?
I was very annoyed with myself for not taking it, yes.
Cronje maintained that he only took money for information and not for fixing matches. But he certainly profited. According to the King Commission, he received nearly $130,000. These were the payments they knew about.
What do you think has been the effect of the Hansie Cronje affair?
Well, I think, as I say, that's one person. There's a lot more than that. I mean, Hansie Cronje, maybe he's got more to tell. He's a man of God. Maybe it's his chance to redeem himself.
Do you think there's more to come in that affair?
I'm sure there is.